This is a steal for the Milwaukee Bucks as another key free agent may be on his way to Milwaukee. GM John Horst's crafty offseason continues as he tries to shore up our backcourt for the upcoming season. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Nathan Burton, here with Bucks Digest, your number one source on YouTube for all things Bucks. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm going to get right into things. We're going to talk about Gary Payton II. Gary Payton II is rumored to possibly be going to the Bucks. He's rumored to have interest from several teams, but I'm going to talk about why I think he may end up in a Milwaukee Bucks jersey next year. This guy is one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, and he has some skills that Milwaukee could definitely put to use. I'll talk about why I think he might be a good fit, what I think might happen down the stretch here, and why I think GM John Horst is doing a good job getting our backcourt together for the next season. Now, before I get into that, I just want to mention to everybody, please hit that subscribe button. You guys have been running these numbers up for us, and we really appreciate it. Please continue to do so. So, Gary Payton II is linked to several teams, the Bucks, the Heat, the Lakers, and the Suns, according to Evan Siddery here on Twitter. He played the last 3 seasons with the Warriors, but there's some things down the pipe here, some reasons that it doesn't look like he's going to be back in a Warriors jersey next year, despite being a successful contributor off the bench. And I think he could be a great fit for the Bucks. A lot of people don't realize that this is also a bit of a homecoming for Gary Payton II, as Gary Payton played his first NBA minutes with the Milwaukee Bucks way back in 2016-2017. Now, he just played 6 games for us at the end of the regular season. He performed pretty well, but before that, he was with the then D-League affiliate for most of the season and just played a few games down the stretch back in 2016-2017. But it shows that the organization has known about this guy for a long time, has showed some faith in his talents. So it'll be interesting to see him hopefully return to where he got his start here in the NBA. Now, this is Gary Payton II's stats from last season. Nothing is going to jump off the page here for you guys. 6.5 points, 3 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 57% shooting, I believe about 33% from 3. But I want to highlight that this is all in just 15 minutes a game off the bench for the Golden State Warriors. And in that 15 minutes a game, he averaged almost 1 steal a game. So that's a big number considering those limited minutes. This guy hangs his hat on defense, so it'll be great to see him come back in and play that tenacious style of defense. We know where he gets this skill from. He's Gary Payton II. His father, Gary Payton, the glove, top 75 NBA player of all time, made his living playing great defense and, getting under the skin of the opposing team's players. So it'll be interesting to see if Gary Payton can bring that same tenacity. We've seen it on the court. He's an energy guy. He's a defense guy, and this is where he gets it from his father, and I'm sure from some of the best trainers in the world growing up with Gary Payton as your dad. His on-ball defense is touted around the league and showed up especially in this year's playoffs as well. He guarded Anthony Edwards to 5 of 15 shooting. And also in the series against the Houston Rockets, he held Jalen Green to 25% and Fred VanVleet to 33% when playing on-the-ball defense on these guys. So this is obviously his calling card, and it's nice to see that it's shown up very recently in this year's playoffs. I think, the Bucks can really use this style of player. We've been missing really intense backcourt defense since Drew Holiday left the team. I mean, Damian Lillard, for all his positives and the amazing offensive player that he is, was often targeted and picked on defense and just could not keep up. And even our backup guards, we haven't had a tenacious dog, a defender like Gary Payton II in a long time on this team. So it'd be great if we can bring this type of player in to the Bucks organization at this time. Now, a lot of people might look at this and say, why is he not returning to the Warriors? He played 3 seasons there. He was a fan favorite. He brought energy and tenacious defense off the bench. He played meaningful minutes, 15 minutes a game. Why are the Warriors not bringing him back? And that is a good question. There seems to initially be mutual interest on both sides in a return, but the Jonathan Kuminga situation in Golden State is holding up everything. I mean, they did basically nothing in this offseason, and a lot of it is attributed to the Jonathan Kuminga saga. Is he going to come back? He's a restricted free agent. There's expected to be interest and offer sheets from other teams, but nothing has materialized yet. Apparently, the Warriors have verbal agreements with both Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton to come to Golden State. So Gary Payton II may be the odd man out here, and it isn't likely to wait around and see what happens if he has other good offers on the table. He made about $9 million last year, so he's not owed a lot of money, or his next contract probably won't be much larger than that. But that's not a lot of money in today's NBA. So he might just fit right in to what the Bucks are doing and their limited flexibility when it comes to the cap space. John Horst, I think, is doing a good job here, putting together a backcourt with very limited options. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, we barely had a point guard on this team. We were waiting to see if Kevin Porter Jr. would re-sign, and there was, not much happening behind him. It looked pretty barren in the backcourt for the Milwaukee Bucks, but I think he's done a great job of throwing together multiple options in the backcourt for us. You can see the squad right here. I'll make it a little bigger. You got Kevin Porter Jr., who is due for a massive increase in responsibility and role. We've seen flashes of brilliance from Kevin Porter Jr. on both sides of the ball, and then we've seen absolutely nightmare decision-making from Kevin Porter Jr. But he has the biggest opportunity to take a step up. But then you have it by committee here. You have Ryan Rollins, who re-signed, young guys, also very good defense in the backcourt. You have Cole Anthony on a vet minimum, who's kind of underperformed as a high pick in the draft. It'll be interesting to see what he can do on this roster. You have veterans like Gary Harris that have signed. You have a lot of shooting, and you have a lot of different options in the backcourt. When just like I said a few weeks ago, we basically had no options in the backcourt. Another player that isn't on this graphic that I like to mention that I think is a crafty signing is we signed Mark Sears out of Alabama, undrafted player. He's actually a 5-year college player, so he's not a young guy. He's coming out. He's experienced. He's drew some initial comparisons to Jalen Brunson based on his diminutive nature. He's only 6'1", which is small for a guard in this league. But catch and shoot, really good shooter, and doesn't turn the ball over. Of course, he's not Jalen Brunson, but to have those early comparisons, I think he might even crack this roster and get some time at the guards position. So it'll be interesting to see which guy will step up. I think we may be surprised towards the end of the year about which of these guys are getting minutes. I think early in the year in preseason and early in the season, you may see Doc Rivers try a lot of different combinations, and I'm sure that these guys all want to step up and make a contribution. I'd love to see Gary Payton II competing for minutes on our team. A reunion with the Bucks coming in and playing that solid, tenacious defense that we so sorely need. But I want to know what you guys think. Which of these guys do you guys think is going to kind of show out and impress us and earn these minutes that may be on the table? The backcourt is kind of wide open. There's not one guy like a Damian Lillard eating up 30, 35 minutes a game. All of these guys are going to get a chance to try to crack the roster and contribute something special to this team. Gary Payton II's defense makes him, playable in so many different scenarios. I'd love to see him crack the roster. I mentioned Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr., I can't wait to see what he does next year because, this is going to be the most run that he gets ever on an NBA floor, and we know he has all the talent in the world. But I want to know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to step up? Do you think Gary Payton is a solid pickup for this team like I do? Or is there other players on the market that you'd like to recommend that you think the Bucks should have a look at? Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll be back soon on Bucks Digest. Go Bucks, go.